Michael Lombardi chatted with us yesterday on Hammer Don, which is our gambling podcast that we do out of the studio. Diggs, Gumpy, myself, and Michael Lombardi, formerly Cleveland Browns GM and coaching consultant or advisor or whatever for the New England Patriots for a long time. He has 2 kids that coach in the NFL. I mean, a guy, he's written books, Gridiron Genius. Incredible football mind. Whenever you listen to him talk, it's awesome. He knows Walsh, he knows Davis, he knows Belichick, he knows everybody, and his last name is Lombardi. I mean, listening to him chat about football is incredible. Yesterday, he was like, "Hey, do not rule out the Patriots in the Matthew Stafford game. Ooh. They got the cap space. They need a quarterback." And then I think the question was brought to him like, "Yeah, but with who? Like, who's he going to go there for?" Then he mentioned a couple other players. He's like, "Well, how about Allen Robinson, Hunter Henry? How do you feel all of a sudden?" Julian Edmonds out there. How do you feel about that all of a sudden? Harry. And then as a Patriot fan, you have to think N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, come on.
3rd, 4th year is the best year.
Yep,
but
that's what they say.
Matthew Stafford's going to be an Indianapolis Colt, but the thought of him potentially going to the Patriots is something that I had no idea about. As a Patriot fan, that has to feel good knowing that somebody who probably has a pretty good feel for what's potentially going to happen in places saying, hey, they're going to be in the quarterback market, just like Chicago's going to be. New England's going to be in the market big, and they're going to have cap space.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Who are they going to go? And are the Patriots dead forever, or are they one missing piece away from maybe becoming relevant again?
We're one missing piece away. I mean, Matt Patricia's going to butter himself up, go on over to the Ford House, and he's going to get Matt Stafford. I'm sorry to you and your Colts, but Carl Wentz is coming up from Philly, or coming over from Philly,
no, he's not.
Wherever the hell PA is, and he's putting on the blue and white, okay?
No, he's not.
Number 11 is going to look fantastic throwing to Mike Pittman, and Stafford's going to look fantastic handing the ball off to Damian Harris, and throwing deep balls to N'Keal Harry and Zubin Mehenti. Wow. See you in the Super Bowl.
Will you move your mic? The mic sounds right at your chest.
Boy, it keeps dropping down. I don't know what it is.
It just levels of stupidity way in.
That's the truth. The more you talk, it just...
So I got news from Ultra Weed Hater and a darn Schefter.
Nice.
This will be breaking later on today that the Texans and the Lions will be trading Matty Stat and Deshaun Watson for number 7 and 41 pick, and then also the 67 Texans pick going to the Lions.
Let's go, CJ.
It's perfect for a darn Schefter. Yeah, trade right there.
I feel like
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Just the in-depth there. The 67th pick as well is going to be moved. Good for him. A lot of quarterbacks about to be moved. Matty Stafford's coming to the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, that's just locked in. You might as well just go ahead and lock that in.
done deal.
Done deal.
I don't know.
Matthew Stafford going to be on the Indianapolis Colts here, and who knows when that whole deal is going to happen, but I guess it is being reported now that the Patriots are also potentially involved, and maybe the Denver Broncos kind of want to snoop around, you know what I mean? But everybody knows that there's only one landing spot for Matty Stafford, and that's the Indianapolis Colts.
I don't think so.
And whenever you plug Matty Stafford into that team, I mean, that team immediately, not that they weren't, this past year, but now we're talking about who's going to have to play Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about with this AFC, with the Indianapolis Colts, with Matthew Stafford at the helmet, only 32 years of age or something like that. They got another 6 years, and everybody's saying, are you preparing for the future if you bring in Matthew Stafford? Like, what future are you preparing for? 10 years from now? Are you gonna? I'm going to be 43? Is that what the future we're preparing for? Or are we looking for like the next 4 years? What is the future whenever you're talking about that? I love when teams decide like, hey, we're going to try to win it. When? Right now. Right now also means like the next 2 years. Oh, we're game planning for long down. When? When are you? 3 years? 4 years? When's down the road? Because if you can get a Matthew Stafford who still has a lot of great football left in him right now at $21 million or whatever a year, which is much lower than a lot of other people, and then allegedly a renegotiation that could potentially happen with an extension of some sort for 4 years or whatever. I mean, that's a guy you go get, and I think a lot of people that didn't get a chance or haven't had a chance to watch Matthew Stafford play football, whenever he gets on a team next year that's probably going to have a couple more primetime games or games that are notable and maybe replayed and things like that amongst highlights and stuff like that. I think people are going to realize very quickly, like, oh, this guy's really fucking good. And that's why whenever he's playing for the Indianapolis Colts next year, it's going to be awesome.
Or when he's playing for the New England Patriots, one of the teams that lead the league in primetime games, even when they stink.